Ian, we finished last week by saying Championship football's back. My goodness, it takes a lot out of you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Another eventful afternoon here at Starks. First and foremost, delighted to get the 3 points of a really, really tough game. Really competitive, physical game as well. Morton are always very, very hard to play against. They do what they do very well, and we have to acknowledge that as well. But I didn't really enjoy it, to be honest, Davey. That's not what I'm in the game for. I like to play football, and we didn't play very well today.
We ultimately have a victory, but I'm wondering if this is one of these games where your match analysis team are going to be poring over that more than some of the defeats we've had in the past, because there was not a lot of your style of football in display, much as there was battling, there was cajoling, and there was strength of character. Not your kind of game.
No, not at all. We will go over it, we will look at it, because we just didn't do things very well at times. We got sucked into Morton's game plan, and that's on us, not on Morton, because as I said, we know what they do, and they're good at it. We just, maybe scored the goals a wee bit too early. As bizarre as that sounds, we're 2-0 up, and we get a wee bit sloppy. We concede a really poor goal to make it 2-1, and that's a killer for us, because if we get to half time 2-0, it's a completely different game. We then concede again from a corner kick. And at that point, if I'm being truthfully honest, I'm thinking it was deserved for Morton, and we'd be lucky to get out this game with a point, and then obviously Callum pops up with a fantastic finish. But the positive side, once again, in the face of adversity, the boys have pulled together, they've come through, we've scored another 3 goals, we've got 4 points out of 6, and we look forward to Easter Road now.
I'm going to do that bounce of the negative then the positive. Tell me about the levels of frustration you feel in terms of looking at the goals that we've conceded today. They seem to be classic goals that Raith Rovers have conceded over the last year and a bit.
Yeah, the first one, I felt we could do better all over the park in terms of pressure on the cross. It starts from giving away the free kick. I've gone on about it for months now, about how many free kicks we give away. So we need to look at that. I felt the goalkeeper should have done better as well, because he should be taking it out, and I told him that at half time. And second goal, yeah, it's not a lot you can do in the sidelines about that. It's about staying your men and defending your box as if it were your life, and like it depends on it. We didn't do that again. But look, again, overriding fact, absolutely delighted with the 3 points. I now know that I've got players in there that are absolute warriors in a physical battle as well. So we try and take as many positives from this afternoon as we can.
In terms of positives, looking at our start in the league, and we said last week, I'm not sure it was on camera, maybe we were chatting off camera, is that last week was a performance that maybe last season we wouldn't have got the point, we wouldn't have fought back, but we've secured something. And there's a wee bit of sentiment amongst the guys here at RaithTV just chatting that this is a game where we think we might have drawn this game last season, but there was that extra gear, there was that extra bit of desire. You may describe it in cleverer terms than me, but is that something that pleases you, that you've got another wee dimension of character? Yeah,
I think a huge advantage was the bench today. Again, the subs have come on, made a huge impact in the game. We've got players that can play in multiple positions, like Callum. As I say, we had him out wide left and then move him up top. He's a real handful, and it's very hard to play as a lone striker, especially against those 2 centre halves who are big, strong, and very physical in it. I think last year we've probably been, what's the word I'm looking for? Generous in terms of drawing the game. We might have lost the game, quite frankly, but today we turned the screw again and we managed to get that 3rd goal with a fantastic opportunity to make it a 4th goal and let everybody enjoy the last couple of minutes. But as you say, the Raith Rovers way, we like to make everybody nervous.
Tell us about the 3rd goal. It was a counter attack. Callum gets away. I can only imagine how tired the boy must have felt. His man of match performance, I think that was kind of solidified before the goal itself. But he's dragged the play. He's looking for support. Sam Stanton's, in my view, could have fouled in the lead up to that. Yeah. So he has to take responsibility. And it's a powerful, driven shot that's pinpoint accurate. He's got the weight of best part of 3,000 people on his shoulders. That's character.
Yeah, absolutely. People will see Callum picks the ball up inside his own half, gets faces up the defender. I thought he was going to pull the trigger on his right foot, and he chopped him at the last second and finished on his left. And delighted for Callum, because he's actually been on his left foot this week in training, been practicing it. He's been really, really good. Always know what I'm getting with Smithy. We know at least we're getting runs, we're getting work rate, but he's also a really good player. He's got really, really good quality. So delighted for him on his first league game at home to get the winning goal, and he's obviously bailed the lads out as well.
Tell us about the bench. We've got Ross comes back, plays all the way through. We've got Skipper comes on as well. How's the injury situation looking? Any early indications on how they came through that game? Any knocks, any bruises to give any concern?
There's a lot of bumps and bruises in that changing room because of the nature of the game, but in terms of injuries, we're all right. Scott's out at the moment doing a little bit extra work. We're just getting Sean Burns some minutes was important as well. So really happy with all the boys that came on, and it might have looked a wee bit strange at times. We went back to a 4-2-3-1, early door second half, and we're winning the game. I just felt they were overrunning us. We went back to that. We were a wee bit better with it. We were still getting overrun though in that midfield and giving Alan Power far too much time on the ball, who's a very, very good player, as he showed today. But I just felt we needed to stifle the middle area, and again, allude to having players that can play in multiple positions, with Sam Stanton moving into the 10 role, when Sam in the last 15-20 minutes really, really came to life in terms of getting about the park, and with another opportunity to break away, and I think we saw Smithy's tiredness in that one, so we had to get Mitch ready, and Mitch would have been coming on if we needed him.
Must have been some sense of relief for yourself when you know that you've got to stifle the game in the middle of the park, and you look round and for once you've got Byrne and you've got Brown sitting there, and you think, yeah, I know what I'm all about here. Absolutely.
Again, I said we didn't have that luxury last season due to circumstances. We just had to get on with it, and we did. This season we have got that, and it's also really good for squad mentality, as I said at half time. In case anybody hasn't noticed, and looking around, there are some very, very good footballers on that bench who are very, very hungry to play for this football club and are ready to play for this football club. And again, they've came on. They've given me a huge headache now for next week at Easter Road, but one that I'm very welcome to me. I think when a manager has that luxury of eight subs today and 8 quality players as well, then you can't complain.
Are you happy enough with the progress of the players who are out longer term injury? Any update? Any kind of landmark milestones in the future?
Not really. We're still a bit sketchy on time wise. I'm really happy with Aidan's progress. He's doing a lot better in the last sort of week to 10 days. Jamie Gullen trained this morning with the physio. He's looking like he'll be back with us at the latest Tuesday. So barring any setbacks, which I'm not expecting, he'll be back in the squad for Easter Road. I'm sure he'll be relishing that as well. Ross Matthews, we're still waiting on that. It's probably our biggest concern at the moment, but we'll keep working with him, we'll keep helping him, and I really hope we see him back soon.
Our new dynamic in every aspect here at Starks Park was about pushing forward, this local connection, everybody belonging, and the target, quite bold to put a target out there for actually in attendance, was looking at 3,000 today, and it was met, and the stand and that roar at the end showed it. I was looking across the pitches, I was doing commentary, the number of kids, the volume of kids that are here, and the volume of kit that's been sold. But chatting again to like our wee mascots, they're so knowledgeable about this Raith Rovers team. Is there a sense that the home game today has shown that there's another gear to Raith Rovers?
Absolutely. I think a huge amount of credit goes to guys like yourself and the digital department and social media department, because it's been refreshed, really, really good. I think I watched the video last night and it got me going, because I was coming in here today bouncing and ready to do well for all the Raith Rovers supporters that are backing us every single week. Fantastic attendance, loads of kids, ball boys getting their stuff signed at the end of the game, and as you said, David, behind that goal this afternoon at full time, that was up there with the Motherwell game last season, and people will be looking at us saying we're making a lot of noise, which we're not. We're just trying to better ourselves and try to better the football club and better the town of Kirkcaldy.
Well, we can only put that stuff out there when your team are delivering, so let's congratulate you on 3 points, hard earned.
Very.
And bring on Hibs.
Thank you. Cheers, Davey.